Alright, so welcome to another Duel replay discussion video. Now, or whatever you want to call it. Because I don't really discuss the replays. Like, I narrate what happened during them at the time I did them. So, it has been, like, it's been a really long time, like about a year since I've done one of these kinds of videos for Master Duel, and I figured, you know what? I think it's time to go ahead and make another one of these. Now, there is one duel you can obviously see in the replays that looks absolutely terrible for me, but here's the thing. I'm not going to show that one in this video. I am going to make that one its own separate video. And the reason for that, it was absolutely insane. It was an absolutely insane game, and I'm not going to share it in this video. But otherwise, yeah, we're going to get through probably most of these. So yeah, let's go ahead, start with Duel 1. Obviously, me playing Brandon. Like, this was after, like, I ended my Brandon for Victory series after 4 episodes, because at this point, like, I had learned how to use the deck, so it's like, there was no point in me continuing the series at that point. Yeah, unfortunately, do go second, which, okay. Yeah, it's vampires. This person is playing vampires. Alright. If I remember correctly, we do see Vampire Lord in this deck be used by this person. Again, it's been a while since I played this. Obviously, yeah. Since our opponent controls a monster when we don't, we can special summon her. Well, controls more monsters than me, which is still one. So, while my opponent controlled one monster, I still technically did. So it still takes effect. But again, since they control more monsters than I do, I can special summon her. Then obviously, Fire Formation Tenki, which is gonna add a level 4 lower Beast Warrior. And then, which, it's a continuous spell. I don't have a Beast Warrior in the hand or the... Well, I don't have a Beast Warrior in the deck. This is basically just bait. So, yeah. But, you saw I sent Ecclesia away. That's because by sending Ecclesia away from my field, I can special summon a Fallen Valbaz from my hand or deck. Which is why you see Albaz now. Then I discard my Despian Tragedy, which is going to allow me to pick up a branded spell or trap from my deck, added to my hand. Then, while I change, they do this. Like, okay. I'm like, okay, that sucks. And my monster is destroyed. But I got Brandon in white, which is still not gonna help him. I'm still gonna get my monster out. Activate its effects, discard that. To fuse and summon Mirror Jade, obviously. And now I get to add a branded spell trap from my graveyard to it. Beat their ass. Now, if you're not familiar with vampire monsters, whenever they're sent to the graveyard, they could be special summoned from the graveyard, much like a zombie monster can. Which, technically speaking, vampire monsters are classed as zombie monsters. So, yeah, you're gonna see that happen. Obviously, discard a card, special summon from the graveyard, activate that. Yeah, this is... Like I said, this is... Yeah, I'm just gonna say no to that. Monsters? Yeah, they're not getting the monster back. I'm unfortunately gonna take some damage. Or no, I'm not. I lose Mirror Jade, but that's okay because I can activate you to special summon Fallen Valbas from my deck, add a Classic to my hand, and their monster gets destroyed because of Mirror Jade's effect. Since it was sent to the graveyard, destroys Fallen Monster on the opponent's side of the field. Then they're going to special summon that. Activate Branded in White. You're probably thinking, what am I doing? This is what I'm doing. They're gonna do this. This is what I mean. My monster gain the attack points, which sucks for me. However, yeah, not only are they playing shit that can be special summoned from the graveyard by discarding cards, they're also, like, relying on negates. But yeah, thankfully I got that trap in the deck to special summon 2 branded tokens. Banish trap. Send Mirror Jade back from the banish zone to the extra deck. Activate Branded Fusion. That was essentially when I beat their ass. My opponent can't do anything at this point. Like, they have to quite literally top deck. But they couldn't. So they lost. They were not winning. They were not winning that. And now we go on to my main deck. But yeah, you're going to see Brandon, my main deck, my Traptrix deck, and White Forest all in this video. All in this video. So, yeah, you're welcome. You don't really see either my main deck or Traptrix. You don't see 4 different decks. Obviously, you start with the typical combo I always do whenever I go first. Link something to Kisa Kill first, then, you know, if you played or seen Live Twins or watching my videos, you know the combo that's coming up. You know the combo that's coming up. I don't need to say anything else. You know the combo that's coming. But yeah, obviously, like I said, you know the combo that's coming. Yeah, I have zero idea what this deck was. But I remember this deck being fucking hell to play against. I remember this. Yeah, they're gonna banish Kisa Kill Frost. Well, no, I'm going to banish. Never mind. I can do Ash. That's perfect, too. That's perfect. Gotta play it smart. Gotta play it smart. I had to get rid of the field spell. I had to get rid of the field spell. There is no other option for me. Had to get rid of it. I'm gonna negate that. Yeah, that sucks, because I needed that poplar. We're gonna XZ summon, which sucks. Activate you. Then they're gonna fucking absolutely negate this. Well, not negate, but you know. Yeah, I'm not flipping those monsters face up. They're facing the monsters face up. And they're stealing my shit. Just so I can't do anything with it, my shit. Now, I probably should have gone for keys to kill. However, but I wanted to do damage, you know, send a message. Yes, again, it's not me facing, making all those monsters face up. It's the monster they gave me. Well, it's the monster I took control of. So, I mean, technically, I indirectly did make them do it, but on the other hand, it's because of the monster's effect. I didn't want them to do it. I didn't want them to take advantage of its effect. So I had to take the monster. Then we're going to activate keys to kill this effect. That's not gonna do anything. Like, I'm not gonna flip summon. Like, why? What was the point of that? Yeah, I'm gonna disturb the defense position monster and bring them out. Make them do that, and then called by the XZ monster, which I feel like was a smart move. And then I'm just gonna. They wanted to disrespect me and my monsters. I'm gonna disrespect them by using their own monster against them. Finish it. Yeah. If you disrespect my monsters, I'm not giving you any mercy, okay? Now, we get White Forest. I need to use this deck more. This deck's really good. I enjoy using this. I used it against Ray. It was hilarious. I'm gonna start with Toy Soldier. Not exactly the best play to start with this deck most of the time. However, right here, this was the best option. Which, because it's gonna add the toy box, and I'm gonna need the toy box. Set 2 toy monsters face down in the spell trap zones, then activate LZ's effect to special summon her by sending a face down spell or trap to the graveyard. And then since I sent Toy Tank away, I can special summon Toy Tank from a graveyard. Now that I control the White Forest monster, I could special summon Rusia of a White Forest from my hand, which I am going to use these monsters, and then immediately Diabell Star. Set that. Synchro summon into Baronne de Fleur. Immediately. Turn 1, by the way. Set that. Summon and end my turn. They can't do anything. By the way, they basically just lose here. Activate Baron's effect. Bring Toy Soldier back. Add you to the hand. Just activate. Add Y Force spell trap. Synchro summon. And take Duel, yep. Then activate. Draw a card. Well, add White Force once back to the hand. Then just attack. Special summon you from the graveyard by sending a synchro monster I control back to the extra deck. And I'm going to attack for game. That's how you OTK with White Forest. I didn't even utilize Baron's effect or get Chaos Angel. I just beat their ass. This deck is fun, but if you can do stuff like that, that is insane. Being able to do stuff like that is what makes the deck really fun to use, and why I want to use it more often. Because doing stuff like that is really enjoyable. I love doing stuff like that. That's awesome, dude. That just shows you don't need to utilize like all these like broken effects. No, you can just beat their ass, and that's beautiful. Okay, this is the game I'm not showing this video. This one's going to be its own separate video. So, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more after it ends. 8 more now. But going back to my Twin Snake Eye deck, my main deck. I won the coin toss, so I get to go first, which is exactly what I wanted. Activate Bonfire to bait out the Ash. They don't have Ash, so this means I can do my combo. My usual combo. But yeah, again, standard combo, so nothing really like any to worry about here. Obviously, discard a card is supposed to be a Bell Star. Add a Sinful Spoils instead of Sinful Spoils card. Do that. Tribute to get Ash. No, special summon Ash. Activate Poplar. From hand, add that, activate, set the Snake Eyes the Battle Star Skill Trap Zone, activate Ash, tribute Ash, and Poplar to special summon Flamberge from deck. Now, activate Poplar's effect to put Ash in Spell Trap Zone, activate Snake Eyes Diabellstar's effect to bring Poplar to a Spell Trap Zone, which allows me to special summon Snake Eyes Diabellstar from my Spell Trap Zone. So immediately, turn one by the way, I basically have an OTK board right then and there. Turn 1. Used up my entire hand and some cards from my deck to be able to do this board. When I said that this deck is meant to be an OTK deck, I'm not kidding. This is the goal to get right here. I have game right here. However, I'm still not done. Because I'm going to banish that. Dead set that. And, yep. Like I said, I am still not done. the game is still not over yet. Activate Sunny to special summon Twin from the graveyard. Obviously, activate their effects. That's not useful at this point. I win. Activate Sunny. Sunny send that to the graveyard. Send their monster to the graveyard. And then just outright beat their ass. This is what I made this deck to do. This is the goal for this deck. Do all that just to OTK the opponent. That's not gonna stop you. That's not gonna stop me. I'm gonna destroy my own Flambers, unfortunately. But again, it's still a game. I still win. They took my monster. I immediately destroy my own monster. And I still OTK my opponent. That is what this deck is meant to do. That is the goal for this deck. It is absolutely insane how I made the deck. But now, we're gonna go on back to White Forest. Just because. Toy box starting hand. Obviously, we're gonna activate it right away, cause duh. They're gonna. Yeah, they're gonna. This is Labyrinth, by the way. This is Labyrinth. I am playing Labyrinth against Labyrinth right now. They are trying to negate my toy box. Well, no, they're not. They're gonna do that. However, thankfully I had Called by the Grave in my starting hand, so I'm gonna banish their monster. Not allow them to add a Labyrinth spell and trap from the deck to the hand. I'm gonna prevent that from happening. Then, you know, standard White Forest procedure, set Toy Soldier and Toy Tank and spell trap zone. Normal summon activate. They're gonna Ash, which is fine. It sucks for me, however, it's fine. Because it's still not gonna... Unfortunately, since I went first, I couldn't attack. However, they can't do anything except set, because, you know, it's Labyrinth. So, I'm going to immediately Toy Box, send them to those two to the graveyard, activate their effects to special summon them from the graveyard. Then I'm going to get negated by Imperm. But add a White Forest monster to the deck, from the deck to the hand. Normal summon, Synchro summon, and it's a Barone de Flores, because obviously need Barone just in case they want to like activate a trap, destroy a face down they have. They're gonna do that. But I'm gonna negate this. This was a smart play, because I would have taken 3,000 damage. I'm gonna negate that, and they are in a top deck situation right now. If they don't draw anything, they lose. However, that is fine. That is fine. You basically just let me keep my Barone de Fleur on the field. They let me keep Barone on the field. I was going to get rid of it to bring... Yeah, I was going to get rid of Barone to get Rusia back in my hand. But they negated Barone's effect, so I got to keep Barone on the field. That was dumb of them to do. And because of that, they lost. So, you know what this means? I can beat Labyrinth. I can beat Labyrinth. So those saying I can't beat Labyrinth, living proof right then and there. And this one was also against Labyrinth, but not only Labyrinth, Fiend Smith Labyrinth. And this one that is why I'm not showing that in this video. It was absolutely insane, and it deserves its own video. But without further ado, let's get on to the next one. Still sticking with White Forest for this one. I think this might be the last White Forest replay I've seen. Toy box starting hand, excellent. Obviously we're going to activate it and do the classic, you know, toy box stuff. Normal summon Lucia to add a White Forest monster from the deck to the hand. Activate to add LZ. Now, we are going to activate LZ's effect by sending a sending a spell and trap monster on my side of the field to the graveyard. I am going to, I think, send Toy Tank, Toy Tank to special summon her in defense mode, then activate Toy Tank's effect, special summon from the graveyard. Since I control a White Forest monster, special summon Rusia from my hand, activate her effect to send a spell trap on my side of the field to the graveyard to add one to the hand. Then we're going to special summon Toy Soldier from the graveyard, activate Toy Soldier's effect, add a second toy box just in case. And now, we are going to synchro summon into Barone the Foot, of course. And then set 2, and my turn. Yeah, they're relying on banishing my shit, by the way. I believe this is Blue Eyes as well. I believe this is also Blue Eyes that they were playing. But I'm gonna immediately activate I top deck that, then activate Toy Soldier's effect, added White Forest monster in my hand, synchro summon into Diabell. Activate Barone effect to destroy that, so none of my shit is finished. They're gonna activate that, but negate it. Then I'm just gonna outright beat their ass. Gonna say no to that. Send this trap away. Special summon Rusia from my graveyard. Which, this is a problem. Like, look at that chain, a 5 chain, just to be able to do this. I unfortunately do lose all my monsters, it sucks. However, except I get to add special synchro summon one from the extra deck immediately because of my trap effect that I activated in the graveyard. And then I just set, activate, destroy that. Toy box. And there you go. Turn's done. Yeah, there's nothing they can do here. Like, they accepted that they lost. They accepted that they lost. They're not winning. Feather Duster, I don't obviously don't need Feather Duster. I'm just gonna destroy their spell, and then just attack for game. They were not winning. They were not winning that. Like, White Forest is absolutely insane, but it's really fun too. Okay, got 5 more. Now we move on to Trap Tricks, finally. Yeah, like I said, you get Twin Snake Eye, White Forest, Trap Tricks. All in the same video. This is a good starting hand. Especially when going second, because they are playing Malice. This was played the day Malice came to the game. The day Malice came to the game. Remember the video I made where I talked about why Master Duel's quote unquote dying because of like stuff like Malice, Maxi, and Ryziel? I mentioned me playing one evenly matched for the game for the win because they timed out. This is that game right here. This is living proof of me doing that. But yeah, you know, the standard, like, you know, Malice stuff, where they do all kinds of shit, burn their life points, from Sandstone. That's a Royal Ridge. Pretty, but it's not coming back. I mean, it is going to be coming back, I'm sure, but not when the Spanish face down is not coming back. So when I said I have the perfect hand, remember, I have evenly matched in my hand, which at the end of the battle phase, if I don't control any monsters, I can activate it from my hand, have my opponent choose which cards they banish face down, then when I go to my main phase 2, if they have any spells or traps left on the field, I can Harpy's Feather Duster, get rid of those, activate Trap Trip Garden, which allows me to normal summon 2 plant insect monsters once per turn. I have 2 Trap Tricks monsters, which are both plant monsters, so I can normal summon them. Then I can XC summon into Rafflesia, end my turn. I don't do all that. Instead, I just only activate evenly matched. And the reason I wouldn't want Rafflesia on the field is because if my opponent normal special summons a monster with 1500 attack, I can, yeah. Even though it's not really gonna do much of anything, but still, because they can bring the monster back. But yeah, and like I said, evenly matched. They keep, and then, well, I guess I do actually do some stuff. But yeah, I normal summon one monster and then protected garden. Time limit. My opponent, as soon as I activate evenly matched in real time, of course, replays don't do real time, they do when stuff that they only show when stuff actually happens. In real time, the second I activated evenly matched, my opponent spent so much time to the point where they had like 2 seconds left on the timer. So my opponent ran out of time. But yeah, like I said, that's proof that I have beaten Malice with trap tricks. Pure trap tricks. So it's not like Ragnarok trap tricks or anything like that. It's 100% pure, unadulterated, unaltered trap tricks. And this is before I put Zeus in the deck. And even then, I didn't need Zeus. I am insane. Like, if I get an amazing hand like that, like, I am insane. Going first, which is excellent. Obviously gonna normal summon to add a trap hole. Trap from my deck to my hand and activate you by sending a trap trick to the graveyard. XD summon to Refusal, because of course, gotta have to do down just in case. Just to be safe, you know? Dragon Mage. Yeah, I'm a bottomless. I'm gonna do that and negate their effect. So they're not getting their house. They're not getting their stuff back. Yeah, they lose. Like I said, if I get an amazing hand like that, there's nothing my opponent's going to be able to do. I had the absolute perfect hand to do that. Having a hand like that is not a common hand to get. However, 2 games in a row, I had hands like that. Like, it was insane. My opponent was not going to be able to do anything at that point. I won. I may be the Live Twin player, the Live Twin's biggest fan. However, I am also Lord of the Snake Eyes and Master of the Trap Tricks. Now we go on to another Trap Trick. These decks are nuts. Obviously, I'm going first. Have a decent hand. Not the best, but not unplayable either. Obviously, you're going to do normal stuff. Add Trap Trip Garden. Set, you know, activate Trap Trip Garden. Be able to normal summon a second Trap Tricks monster. XD summon to refuse it. Yep. And then end my turn. The reason why we want Rafflesia on the field first, when we go first, is just in case, you know, they like do all kinds of like special summoning. I want to prevent them from having their monsters. So because of that, yeah. Obviously going to Floodgate Trap Hole, which only just what makes it so whenever my opponent summons a monster, I activate Floodgate Trap Hole to make them go from attack position or whatever position to face down defense position, and they can't change battle position. Then I can draw my second Floodgate and just, yeah. Like I said, Dark Ruler no more. That is, like, if you couldn't tell, that is a terrible card for me to go against, because all my monster's effects are negated until the end of the turn, which not gonna do any morphing. I remember which one this is. This was again obviously a ranked game, but this was when I had an opponent who was using a burn deck. Not only were they using a burn deck, they were using a deck that also banishes my stuff. So not only were they burning me for damage, but they were also banishing my stuff. And sending it to the graveyard. Like, that's... yeah. Well, they weren't, like, banishing my stuff. They were just sending my stuff to the graveyard. Wait, doesn't Lightning Storm make it to where... oh, activate no face-up cards. That... okay. Never mind. Alright, yeah, that's fine. This, again, this still sucks for me, but I'm gonna say no to that. Yeah, I don't have any more Trap Trip Gardens. Like I said, they rely on banishing my stuff. But I'm gonna use the Raigeki to get rid of their Morphing Jar. And then do the secondary Trap Trick stuff. If you don't have Trap Trick Garden, if you have to camp, you like, you know, all that. Make it so they can't attack. XD summon into King Bulakula now. Or, I guess not, Aluminous. Okay. Detach 2, special summon, activate, set trap. Whole card from the graveyard, but if it leaves, next time it leaves the field, it gets banished. XD summon the King Bulakula. Activate by detaching. Added Trap Trick monster to my hand. Yeah, well, I don't know why he decided to target. And by the way, because they did that, I could no longer change the battle position of these two monsters. They're forever face down defense position now. But as you can see, that's still not going to stop me. Activate by detaching material. You're gonna do that. Which, yeah, unfortunately, like, fleeting time. Link summoning the Sarah, finally. I misplayed because, yeah, I should have done the other one. However, I did get Sarah back, but, yeah. There's nothing they can do at this point. My opponent lost. I want you to know I lost so many cards in one turn, by the way. Then we do that special summon Raflesia, even though she doesn't have any more materials attached to her. Such a special summon from the graveyard. I just add her on the field just so I can have her on the field. Now I'm gonna XD summon to Aluminous once more. Detach. Special summon, activate, set. Next time it leaves the field, it gets banished instead because of Diana's effect. Foolish Burial, not really, yeah, not really useful. And now I'm just going to attack for the game. But I'm going to finish the game with the Raflesia, just because. Yeah, they were doing all that. I guess they weren't doing any burn. It must have been another player I was going against at one point that I just never saved. But if I did save, I deleted it. Well, I overrid it because, you know, you can only have a certain amount of replays, which is just dumb. But, yeah. They banished my shit. They had to send my stuff from my hand deck and all that to the graveyard. And they still lost. They still lost. I didn't take any damage either. Like, they just straight up just lost. Like, how is a deck like that fun for anybody? The last Trap Tricks game. Didn't exactly get a good hand, but I'm gonna activate that to send a trap to send my Arachnid Camper to the hand, draw 2 cards, which unfortunately didn't give me anything useful. Well, thankfully, I do have evenly matched in my hand. Sorry, hand. So that's a plus. I'm going to negate that. Say nope. That's it. Again, my opponent and I both bricked so hard. Again, it's rare for me to brick with Trap Tricks or my Live Twin Snake Eye deck, but when I brick, I brick. And this is gonna hurt. However, I am not gonna get. Obviously I'm not gonna lose this one because it was a win. Like, you know, as soon as my battle phase begins, I'm gonna as soon as my turn begins, I'm gonna enter battle phase, activate evenly matched straight away. And the reason why I didn't do anything at all, is so I could do that. Like, that's why I decided not to play a single card, because so I could do that. Then the Swords of Revealing Light. And I think I activate Raigeki on. No, I don't activate. Okay. That's right, I save Raigeki too. Just in case. Yeah, you can't activate Battle Phase, buddy. Now I use Raigeki to destroy the monster. Which can't because, yeah, that sucks. Let's get Sarah on the field. Just so whenever I activate a Trap Hole card, I could activate Sarah's effect at special summon. I think it's special summon, right? Or not. Okay. Sarah just gets banished straight away. And this was before I had a second Sarah in this deck. So, like, I basically fucking lost. You think I would lose, but I lost my one single Sarah I had. Yeah, I'm gonna go and say no to that. Don't ban it. Yeah. Oh yeah, they can do this as many times as they can't want, as long as they have counters. Yeah, I don't know why you would lose summon using that. Like, doing that basically just lost in the game, by the way. Doing that basically just lost in the game. Like, why would you do that? That was stupid of you to do. Well, even though, you know, they can do that, but immediately gonna get destroyed. Like, they fucked up doing that. Now I'm gonna, obviously, Monster Reborn. Because Arachnocampus is the only monster I could bring back that has any attack points. But they're gonna go ahead. Yep. Gonna activate. Special summon. Pinguacula. Just to destroy their monster, detach and material, add mantis. Just to destroy their monster. And now whenever they pendulum summon, I can just keep destroying it over and over. Which obviously they're going to do. And they put in defense mode because, yeah, they don't want to take 100 damage. But again, that's still not going to stop me because obviously now I do the standard trap trick stuff. And they're going to do that. Negate and destroy, which is fine because I have Diabellstar in hand as well as, you know, stuff like that. But now I'm going to activate my special summon Diabellstar by sending a trap hole, sending a card I control to the graveyard. However, since through Dianea's effect, I was able to set a card from my graveyard. However, the next time it leaves the field, it gets banished. So by using Void Trap Hole, by doing that to, yeah, I basically just, now I just do 5,000 damage. So now whenever my opponent wants to do something, like, I have protection, so my trap six monsters can't be destroyed once per attack. They're gonna go after Dianea, which is fine. However, because of Trap Trick Burden, it's not destroyed. But I'm still gonna beat their ass. Set. Attack with Diabellstar first. Destroy the monster. Do that. And then finish them off with the game. Absolutely fucking insane. And now, for the final replay of the video. Not this one, this one. I'm not letting my opponent, like this game, like these decks are insane. If I get an amazing hand, obviously, like, stuff like that happens. Stuff like that. Yeah, I'm playing Snake Eye in this one. Suppose it seems, which is fine. Normally I want to play like live touring first, get Sunny on the field, and then my second turn do the Snake Eye stuff to basically get the OTK board. They're gonna do this, which unfortunately sucks for me, which is gonna negate my special summon of Flamberge, but obviously other than that, I get to do the standard like Snake Eye stuff that I normally would do. Yeah, I'm gonna say no to that. You don't play Blue Eyes like in this economy, no. Which unfortunately this sucks because they can still do this. They could still do that. However, the second they go into battle, I'm gonna go ahead and say no to it. I'm gonna say no to their play. I'm gonna do that. Activate that just because. Set. And then chain all this just because. And since they did that, Majesty I'm gonna say no to that and negate the activation. Just attack. Do that. Special summon Ash in defense position. And then do all the extra stuff. Back to the deck. Send Piece of Kill Frosted back to the deck. My opponent shouldn't do anything. My opponent just loses. My opponent loses now. Just do that. Activate Ash effect to special summon Flamberge from the deck. And then battle phase. Like I said, just play Snake Eye this one. There's nothing that it will be able to do. Like, I had an amazing hand to be able to do that. Like, I had the perfect hand to be able to do all that. But yeah, that's going to do it for this video. Thank you for watching. And yeah, now you know what my decks can really, really do. It's insane. But yeah, I'm done. Thanks for watching. Take care.